In the work that we do at Calm Clinic, we often have clients who come to us and they often will share their opinions and thoughts on the Health at Every Size movement and what they perceive it to be. Most often people perceive the HAES movement to be body positivity or body acceptance movement, and definitely there are many principles within the HAES framework that encapsulate that. But there's a really, really important piece of HAES that I want to make sure that everybody knows when they're thinking about the framework and what it means, and that's this. The way that we choose to pursue our health, and if we choose to pursue health at all, is a fundamental inherent human right that we and we alone get to make about our bodies. So let's talk about that a little bit. We live in a culture that perceives larger bodies as inherently lazy, or it's a lack of initiative or ineptitude or any number of other negative stereotypes that you can think of about larger bodies. Our culture makes weight and body size a matter of individual commitment and willpower. So if someone isn't thin enough or perceived as healthy for being thin enough, it becomes a lack of willpower, a lack of commitment, not sacrificing enough, not doing enough, and the onus falls upon the person to do even more and dig even deeper to pursue health in terms of weight loss. And if they can't get there, it's a personal failure. Whether the medical community chooses to acknowledge this or not, we know from science that weight is not just a function of exercise and dieting choices. It is not just calories in and calories out. Weight is a dynamic, homeostatic function of the body with a very complex internal energy regulation system that involves your central nervous system, it involves your endocrine and your digestive systems, and together all of those things can be thrown out of whack by any number of other things besides diet and exercise. Some of those factors include history of dieting or weight cycling, acute illnesses, chronic conditions, food scarcity, medication uses, lack of access to medical care, history of trauma and other mental health conditions, chronic stress, disrupted sleep and circadian rhythms. I wish I could memorize this, it's too long of a list. A built environment that doesn't provide safe outdoor physical activity, prolonged exposure to identity discrimination, including weight stigma itself. And also there is some research that's looking into environmental factors and other pollutants as potential obesogens that might be affecting the body size of people. And all of that doesn't even account for the fact that some people just naturally, because of the way that they are genetically built, just operate outside what's a standard normal BMI range, and they're perfectly able to maintain and pursue health without ever having to change their weight or body size. We have to, as a culture, start to see and understand that the manipulation of diet and exercise for fast, quick weight loss is 98% of the time a short-term endeavor. And that is well documented in the tens of thousands of research studies on obesity and weight loss. We then also have to reckon with the fact that aside from diet and exercise, there have to be many, many other ways to pursue and maintain optimal health. Health at Every Size is a framework that supports that. It acknowledges the fact that there are many different ways to pursue health, and maybe for you, diet and exercise aren't part of that. Maybe it's healing from emotional trauma, or maybe a healing from an eating disorder. It could be that the pursuit of health for you looks like just trying to maintain access to health care in order to manage a chronic health condition with the appropriate medication and treatment. HAES provides an alternative framework for people who've only ever been told that they have to diet and lose weight if they want to be healthier. It also acknowledges that the pursuit of health is not a moral imperative. Some people might choose to never engage with health or diet or exercise or any of that at any point in their lives, and those people still deserve to be treated with dignity and humanity and not be belittled or shamed or otherwise dehumanized just for not wanting to pursue weight loss. Their value is inherent and they deserve just as much dignity as anybody else. For those who are still wanting to pursue health but seem to be stuck or overly focused on weight or BMI or body fat as a metric for whether or not they're achieving it, our metabolic testing and body composition testing works to provide an opening up of the lens of health and what that is. Through our testing, we can reflect back to the client, What about your metabolic health? What about wanting to maintain lean mass throughout the lifespan? What about wanting to maintain high energy levels and vitality so that you can feel strong and confident and empowered in your body? What about nourishing yourself enough to support healthy neurotransmitter levels and good mood and good focus and support the work of any medications that you might be taking? What about working on your nutrition in a way that helps digestive symptoms that you've been struggling with? What about pursuing eating disorder recovery with clear guidelines on how your nutrition plan is impacting your body beyond just the typical weight restoration goals of eating disorder recovery? We can do all of that irregardless of somebody's weight or body size. We offer the opportunity to work on health in a way that is outside the conventional medical goals of weight and BMI and body fat. So if you're wanting to work on health but wanting to get out of that paradigm, we are definitely here to support you doing that. So I hope this video was helpful in explaining to you that Health at Every Size is not just about body positivity and goes way beyond body acceptance. And it's really here to articulate that however you choose to pursue health, that is completely and 100% your choice. And if you choose to not pursue health, that is also your human right. And we are definitely here to support you in that too. More in the description box below on other Health at Every Size resources. Thanks for being here, and I will see you in the next one.